So it's a lot emptier here at the moment. Welcome back everyone to more from the Sableyes. I'm Mitch and today I'm in a slightly less organised room. I've got boxes and stuff everywhere because I'm packing up and moving house, but I didn't want to leave you for 2 weeks without any footage, so instead I'm going to try and upload a little bit more frequently, and I figured that today would be a good opportunity to take another look at Charizard VMAX over here. As you might already be aware, the Venusaur V and Blastoise V Battle Decks, is that what they're called? They are out soon, so tomorrow and the next day, or relatively soon, I'm going to be checking those two decks out, but I figured why not start off with Charizard VMAX. We can get that one going and then get the other two Kanto Starters afterwards. So let's check out this deck and yeah, hopefully I'm in a room with posters and stuff on the wall soon. That'd be nice. So this one is coming to us from Brandon McLeod on Twitter. I jumped over there and saw this deck list and thought it looked pretty cool, so I thought why not take a chance on it, see how it goes. Charizard VMAX, obviously an incredibly expensive card in real life and very, very popular. G-Max Wildfire deals 300 damage, which is a lot. We discard 2 energy from this Pokemon if we've got 5 attached to it, and we get a big old knockout with that. That would be fantastic. Claw Slash for 100 is also pretty good, as well. This is our main attacker in the deck, and we are supported by a few others. One change I actually might like to make to this before we get going is maybe like Zigzagoons and stuff, but to be fair, we probably don't need them. We're going to be able to take knockouts on all of the tag teams that are still dominating the format, so maybe I'll just leave it the same as it is. We do have one of those tag teams in this deck. Reshiram and Charizard Tag Team GX is also available to us as an attacker, as well as Heatran-GX. These are the staple attackers for fire attacking decks at the moment. We also have Silvally-GX with Disc Reload as a way to accelerate our hand. If we get stamped to a low hand size, we can use Disc Reload to get going again, which is going to be incredibly good for us, to help us draw some cards. Finally, we have Volcanion as a potential attacker as well. High Heat Blast will get that extra damage down when Charizard VMAX can't get the knockout, but Flare Starter is probably the more useful version of more useful attack for us here. We're going to use that to accelerate fire energy to our Charizard VMAX. The rest of the deck is relatively self-explanatory. I've got the new Boss's Orders Lysander. We're going to be playing that for the next 3 videos for Charizard VMAX, Blastoise V, and Venusaur V, because these ones come with the brand new V Battle decks. If you're interested in getting them, jump across to your local code store, wherever that might be. I picked mine up from Potown Store. This is not advertised, this is where I got them. So feel free to jump across and grab some of your own. I really, really like this artwork, and I'm super, super keen to see a full art of all these different boss cards as they come up. Obviously, we also have new Professor's Research, but that is not in this deck. We instead play Welder, so we can't play that one just yet, but that's okay. We'll get to that soon. Anyway, let's see how this deck works out on the ladder. Hopefully, it's pretty good. And we'll see you. I'll see you in about a sec. Oh, hang on, I forgot. Like the video. Oh my goodness, like the video. If you want to see that Blastoise V or Venusaur V deck tomorrow, then like the video. If we get 150 likes, then I will release it tomorrow rather than in 2 days' time. So keep liking the stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share with your friends. And show it to your mum. She'd appreciate it. So would your dad. Just like, hey, this is Pokemon cards, and they'll be like, that's very nice. And then they'll leave you alone. Anyway, let's play some games. Alrighty, we'll start a game with Charizard here. We've started with Charizard. We actually had Type Null in our hand as well. We probably could have started with him. And we're going up against Spiritomb. So this would likely be Spiritomb Donphan, I would think. This is going to be really tough. I can win this, but it's going to take a bit of work. So bear with me. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we get a little bit lucky. We are going to need it because we need to take like 5 knockouts. We can knock out with Claw Slash pretty easily, so we can go ahead that way by taking a knockout on the active, which would be great. And our hand's actually alright to do that. We can play Type Null, we can thin with Cherish Ball, or even grab something like a Heatran-GX. The DAA would be good, an attachment would be good. It is a Phanpy, so it looks like we are going to be playing up against Don fans. So just a second, I'm gonna move my mic a little bit closer. There you go. Can you hear me a bit better now? Maybe if I talk like this. Anyway, let's get cracking. Volcanion, that's an interesting card to top deck. I like that in this matchup. I'm going to attach to that because that means that we're going to be able to get a attack off with Volcanion pretty easily. And look at that, we've managed to find a welder as well. The thing that's going to suck here though is I need to find a switch, or otherwise I miss a knockout. And I missed the knockout, so that's no good. I've got the Heatran. What I could do is I could like go for a Crobat to try and draw some more cards here, because I've kind of put myself in this incredibly awkward position where I've not gone hard enough. I'll discard the reset stamp for no energy just to draw an extra card. Hopefully we get a switch. Okay, we do. So we'll switch into Volcanion and then Flare Starter. There's only 3 fire energies left in the deck. Okay, so that's interesting. I will chuck them all onto Charizard, but that's obviously not necessarily where we want those energies to be. We can always use Heatran-GX's ability to get them onto that. But we want to give ourselves the option just in case they play down something like an Oricorio or otherwise. They have a Quick Ball in their hand, which sucks because it means that they're going to be able to draw cards with the DAA here if they want to. We don't want them to... Oh, they've got Oricorio. That means that they've definitely got a Research in their hand. Well, that's unfortunate, to say the least. Oricorio, and then Marnie will Research. He gets Research. Okay, fair enough. That's disappointing. I'm just going to quickly turn my fan on here, guys. It's very, very warm in this room. Let's turn that on for a sec. So they might even get a knockout this turn on the Volcanion with a Donphan if they played that Phanpy down last turn. I can't remember exactly. I can't remember exactly what's happening in this game. We're about to find out. Quick Ball, a Marnie, another Spiritomb, so they get a little bit more damage on. I'm just gonna relax a little bit here, lean back in the old chair for a moment. Because I've been playing this Charizard deck for quite a while, and I haven't been able to get any good games with it, so I'm hoping that this is a decent game, because I'm kind of getting tired of playing it, because I've just not had a lot of luck. It's less about the deck and more about the meta that we are currently in. This is unfortunate. They find a switch and the Donphan, so they'll be able to knock out the Volcanion here with a Earthquake. And that'll also power up the rest of the Spiritombs, which is quite disappointing. There's the Earthquake. Now we need to make a decision. Do we want to get the knockout with... Oh, this is awkward. Because we can get the knockout with Charizard VMAX and discard 2... And we top-decked it as well. That's pretty good. So we can G-Max Wildfire here, or we can Mallow and Lana into Heatran and knock it out with that. I feel like Mallow and Lana is probably the best choice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this DAA and grab Silvally-GX here. I'll throw that down. And that'll allow us to draw some more cards, which will be good. I'm going to switch into the Heatran here. We'll move a couple of energy to the active. Now, we're going to have to GX this Donphan, which sucks, but it's not the end of the world. And we also have the triple acceleration still in hand, so I'm relatively comfortable. The good thing about attacking with this Heatran here is as well, if they do knock it out, and remember, they've only got 2 cards plus the Oricorio to work with. If they do knock it out, then we at least put them on odd prizes if they knock out the Charizard VMAX, right? So there's some positives. There's some positives out of this negative. There are definitely some positives. Now, Spiritomb is probably going to be able to get a knockout here. Does 10 plus 30 for every damage counter. So they'll be able to put on an extra one with Ominous Posture, plus also an extra one with Building Spite, I believe, if they haven't used that yet. So that'll go to 60. 6 times 3 is a lot. 6 times 3 is 180. Plus 10 is 190, so it'll knock out this Heatran, unfortunately. But we are in a position where Charizard VMAX will actually take a knockout regardless whatever a Pokemon they put up. We can either put the triple acceleration on to knock out the Oricorio, or we can just knock out with the Claw Slash on the Spiritomb, which I think is going to be the most likely option. We can also attack with the Silvally if we'd like, so that is also an option in this matchup. But I think we want to go for the Charizard VMAX here. Oh, they're down to 3 prizes because they knocked out the Volcanion. I completely forgot about that. Okay, so it might have been better to promote the Silvally there. This is okay. This is going to be fine. I'm not too worried. We could grab this Mallow and Lana with Eldegoss if we want. Just for next turn, because we have the switch in hand. We don't need to do anything other than attack here. But it's not a great play. It's kind of setting up for next turn, which in hindsight I don't really like. We'll Cherish Ball and grab the Zard maybe. Maybe the DAA actually. We can just grab that. And we'll just Claw Slash, I think. This gives us flexibility for next turn. We can Mallow and Lana and switch if we need to. We can DAA if they choose to gust something else up. Because essentially what we want to do is we want to make it as hard for them to win next turn as possible. So that's going to be the way that we go about this. Luckily for us, the Oricorio will at some point be 2 prizes that we can take, but they are 2 attacks away from winning this game, so that's why that Mallow and Lana is going to be very important for us if we can get it. Our opponent's taking quite a long time to make decisions here, which is disappointing, but it's not at the end of the world. Marnie, that's annoying. Okay, so this could change a lot of things, or it could just be exactly the same, couldn't it? It might not be that big of a deal, frankly. Oh, that's very interesting. We got Fire Crystal, Giant Hearth, and Welder. So we can power up Silvally here and attack with that if we'd like. They are about to deal quite a substantial amount of damage. 190 again, put us on 210. Plus, if we retreat, it'll be 230. So we're going to be in range of a knockout from Fanfi here. Top decking that, not Fanfi, sorry, Donphan. Top decking that Charizard V is actually really, really interesting because what we can do here is we can Welder to the Charizard. And Charizard V's Claw Slash actually deals 80 damage regardless. So we'll throw down this Giant Hearth. Then we can play down... Oh, do we need to play down the Volcanion? Let's discard the other Giant Hearth. We don't really need it. Then we can disc reload. I don't really want to play down the Volc because I might need another spot for this DAA, for example. And then I'm going to retreat the Charizard VMAX out of the active and go into the next Charizard. No matter what they do, they are not going to be able to get a knockout on this Charizard this turn. If they don't get a half hit on this Charizard, as in 50% of Charizard VMAX's damage, then they will need Boss to win. And with the amount of cards they have, it might be a little bit awkward to get enough damage on the field, because if you notice, the Spiritomb doesn't have a huge amount of damage counters on it. Of course, they can get another Fighting Energy and a Donphan to win this game, so we are hoping for a little bit of luck here. But we are nothing if not lucky, apart from if you watch one of the videos that I recorded before this one. It was actually maybe 2 games before this. I don't know. It's up on TikTok or something like that. I'm also considering like YouTube Shorts and stuff, so I might put it up there as well. I had an opportunity to donk a Jirachi with a Charizard. I found a Welder and 2 energy, but I didn't find a single other fire energy for the entire game. So if you want to go and watch that, that would be great. Leave it a like. Also, I do stream on Twitch at the moment, twitch.tv/thesableeyes, but I am considering at the end of the month, once everything wraps up for February, actually swapping over to do live streams on YouTube. So, the question is, are you interested in watching those? If you are, leave a like on this video, because I don't really care about Twitch too much, and I figure you guys are already here, so why do I not just stream on YouTube? Also, comments down below, Oh my goodness, they found the Gust, but they didn't get the knockout. Alright, so we've actually got a chance here. We're going to need to... What are we going to need to do? We can evolve the VMAX, we can attach the triple acceleration energy, and then the DAA. We need to find a switch. Air Balloon and Switch, perfect. We found the reset stamp as well. Actually, we shouldn't have done that. That was incredibly dumb. We just had the energy. I should have just done that. It's okay. We just take... Oh, I forgot to play the reset stamp as well. Oh my goodness. Alright, well we've got the boss. We've got the triple acceleration energy in the hand. We've got an air balloon. So if things stay the same, we win the game regardless. But if we lose this game because I don't have access to Switch because I made that dumb play, then I'm going to be very upset with myself. What was I saying before? Yes. Okay, so the way it works on YouTube is they've got like channel memberships instead of subscriptions, which is what you do on Twitch. But I get to choose how much I charge for those, rather than just like the straight $5 or $6 or whatever it is on Twitch. So I guess the question is that something that you'd be interested in? If you would be interested, what kind of amount of cost would you expect that to be? And what kind of benefits would you expect to get out of doing that? Because I can make like a bunch of different tiers for different price points, and we can try and figure something out. And I think that would be really, really cool because you guys have done a lot to support me over the last, what is it, year and a half, 2 years, and I'm getting to the point now where I'm like on the cusp of being able to do this a little bit more reliably for income. But at the moment, I don't really have the option to do that, so I'm kind of exploring that. It's not like I need to, so if you don't feel compelled at all. Oh my god, we're getting bossed. He's gonna boss up the VMAX again. Please don't knock me out. Don't just knock me out. What is... Oh! Oh my god, we don't have Switch. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay. Quick Ball, we can get rid of Eldegoss, we don't need that now. Play the stamp. Play the energy. We need to just thin and hope that we get a Switch. Air Balloon on the active, it doesn't really matter. Boss out the Oricorio. We need to draw a Switch. We've got 4 cards out of 9, and we know there's 2 Switches in there. Oh no! There they are. There's 2 Switches. Oh my god. Well, immediately punished. Immediately punished for my poor play. Watch them just switch into Donphan now that I've stamped them. Oh, man, that's so disappointing. Because I saw it happening as well. Like, the second that I didn't retreat manually, I saw it happening. Well, there you go. It's, oh. It's one of those things, isn't it? Where hindsight is indeed 20/20. And if I had have just done the right thing to start with, I would have been fine, and I've stamped him into a DAA. So now all he needs to find is a Switch or an Energy and a Donphan, and he wins. And now we can't even top deck Switch to win, because we don't have the Energy. He's using Building Spite. Maybe he doesn't have it. Maybe he doesn't have the Switch. At this point, it doesn't matter. I should have won that game right then with the Charizard VMAX. Oh boy. And he's taking a long time here. It's taking a very long time. Ba 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 ba. Professor's research. Oh, it took the full 15 seconds to think about that one. There's the Donphan. Does he have the Switch? He does. Ah, bummer. Alright, doesn't matter. It's not the end of the... It's frustrating, but I should have won. And this is a one-prize attacking deck. Why are you attaching energy to Spiritomb? Just declare Earthquake, my friend. Thank you. I'll keep this one in, because it proves that you can win against one-prize attacking decks with a deck like this, if you are intelligent enough. And unfortunately, in this one, I wasn't. That game was really long as well. One more game, I reckon, considering that last... I checked the recording on that, it was about 15 minutes, so... That was an intense amount of time to go on to lose on the very last turn of my game. We're playing against Luca Metal here. Our hand's not particularly good, but our type matchup is, so... This is feeling pretty decent here. We can Pokemon away this Charizard VMAX that we top deck, thankfully, and grab a DAA, because this hand is not super great. Attach an energy and play down a Giant Hearth. Best case scenario for me here, I find either Volcanion and switch or a Welder. I find a Volcanion and a switch, but I just realised I actually need a Welder regardless, because I've already attached an energy. Okay, what's the best thing to do? I think we just grab a type Null. We might be able to go for like a Crobat here, or maybe just pass. It's probably just better to pass. The likelihood of them getting a knockout on our Charizard is incredibly low. And if they want to GX and get rid of all of our energy, which is only one, then I'm happy for them to do that. That's not a problem at all. Or they could just Crushing Hammer it away. That's a card that I have not missed in the week and a half that I've not been here. Oh, 2 of them. Cool. Cool. Ah, double tails. You deserve it. That is something that I am desperate for a Pokemon trading card game to move away from, is the Crushing Hammer. The over-reliance on that card at the moment is disgusting. Makes it not fun. In fact, the entire format's not fun, because it's too fast, too luck-reliant, and fast games on PTCGO are reliant on luck regardless, so... oh, another Crushing Hammer. Excellent. 3 in a turn. Hopefully 3 zeros. Damn. I shouldn't have... Oh, they just go for the Intrepid Sword. That's interesting. Okay, so we might be able to find the VMAX here. Top decking that Silvally-GX is excellent news. I'll play down the second Charizard. I think what I'm going to do... I want to save the Mallow and Lana. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Giant Hearth away an energy and then weld it to the bench. That feels like the smartest play. It's kind of like awkward, but it's still doable. We will weld it to the bench. Should we do it to the active? No, I think the bench is the smarter move, just so that we don't get completely destroyed by a VMAX. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to evolve that one yet, but that's okay. A DAA is pretty cool, but we don't need to do that just yet. I'm going to switch into this Volcanion. We're not getting particularly lucky with energy. We need to be putting a little bit more pressure on a deck like Luca Metal. We can't let it set up too much. But next turn, we at least have an attacker that can potentially attack, which is what it's all about. Remembering, of course, that we wouldn't have been able to attack this turn anyway, because we wouldn't have had 3 energy. And this is a problem that I'm actually having quite a lot with this deck, is that there's, like, I keep missing energy, which is weird. Considering there are 10 basics, and a Fire Crystal, and you've got a Stadium that searches energy. So maybe the deck isn't that good. Maybe it was better when I did it the other time. But, you know, that's okay. We live and learn. And to be honest, I still think it's performing relatively well. There's a knockout on the Volcanion. We can get a knockout here with Charizard VMAX, which is pretty good. We definitely have the attachment. Let's throw... No, we should probably throw the Charizard up. That seems a little bit smarter. Let's evolve. I think... do we want to DAA? I think we would want to DAA first. It's always hard when you've got that Silvally option, but I think it's better to do it this way. And that's the reason why we can get rid of one of these cards, probably the VMAX, to get 2 more energies. And now we can guarantee ourselves a knockout if we want it. Or we can set up a second VMAX on the bench, which I actually like quite a bit. We will attach to the active. We'll reset stamp. Oh, hang on. 220. God, you can tell that I've not been paying attention the last couple of weeks. My maths is off! Ah! Okay, let's take a knockout. Regardless, we're just going to fix this on the fly, ladies and gentlemen. We will throw down a Heatran. We'll attach a air balloon to Silvally. Let's disc reload, find a switch, please. Never punished. Beautiful. We'll switch into the Silvally just in case we want to do something else, and then retreat into the Heatran. I'll take all 3 of them off of this VMAX onto the active, and then we can get ourselves a knockout with Steaming Stomp. 260 damage is pretty solid. Heatran is a good attacker. Unfortunately, the Lucametal will be able to come in here and GX us, but to be honest, I don't really mind, because if they GX us, as long as the stadium stays in play, we can still get a knockout with Hotburn GX, which I'm a big fan of. The thing that is a little bit frustrating is that Zamazenta on the bench, but we do have access to Eldegoss. They Marnie us and get rid of the Welder, which sucks. We're going to need to hope that we get something decent off of these 4 cards. We've got Switch, and the Dene is good. Crushing Hammer, excellent. Heads, beautiful, great. That makes me feel good inside, in my core. And we lost the stadium. Excellent news. Okay. How do we come back from this? We need to Hotburn GX this turn. So we can switch with Switch into Silvally. Fire Crystal is very good. I'm going to Quick Ball here for nothing to give us some more cards to draw with Silvally-GX. We'll Disc Reload before the Fire Crystal. We don't want to limit our options. And we find Welder as well, which is perfect. Okay, we'll bring 3 Fire Energies out of the discard pile, and we can Welder. We can Welder them onto the VMAX or to the Heatran. Doesn't really matter here. We'll put them on the Heatran straight away, and we top deck another energy, which is always good. Now we leave 1 energy on the Charizard. We definitely don't want to take that one off. So we can just leave that there. Then we can Hotburn GX. Is that going to do enough? I think so. Let's just do some thinning very quickly and just get some stuff out of here that I don't actually need. We'll grab the Volcanion. That's fine. We've got the Dene. Hotburn GX will do 270. That 30 minus. We take 3 prizes, and hopefully one of them's a fire. Triple acceleration is good. We need 1 more fire energy. That's not what we were looking for. We need 1 more fire energy to attack with the Charizard VMAX, but we need a Gust as well, because that Pokédoll is going to be frustrating. The Boss's Orders is in the discard pile, so we can get it with Eldegoss. They actually didn't attack us there, which is acceptable. Might just Welder for 1. Let's just Cherish Ball. I don't think there's anything yet. There's not a lot left. Oh my goodness, we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on here. Let's Welder. We've only got 5 more cards in deck. We'll thin a little bit more here. We just need 1 more prize. I think all we realistically need to do here is make sure that we get the last fire energies. We've got like a 1 in 5 chance of getting that. And there's 2 stadiums and a fire energy out of the last 5 cards that we have. They'll knock out here, but we can potentially give ourselves a chance to win the game if we get the 2 in 5 chance. I think it's going to be. Let's have a think. We can. Actually, we shouldn't worry about it until our opponent finishes the turn, because they could do anything here. So if they attack with Zamazenta, they don't knock out the Heatran, which means we win. If they go into the Lily's Pokédoll, they can't win. They Brave Blade and knock us out, we have a chance to win. Okay. So, we lose the Heatran. Best top deck here is a Fire Energy, because we automatically win. Okay. It's actually really bad. I would have much preferred to have gotten one of the stadiums. Pokemon is awful. We can reset stamp them to 3. Then what we need to do, we can't use any of our Pokemon because we need to get the last energy. So we want to attach and play Eldegoss. Let's Pokecom away something here. Let's put the Dene back because that's the most useful in the long term. Because we've got the other energy in there as well. If they get a knockout on something like Silvally, it's fine. What we could do is we can attach the triple acceleration into the Charizard and then roll the dice again with Silvally. And we've got another 1 in 5 chance to get the fire energy, which wins the game. Or we just attach the triple acceleration energy to the Silvally and hit for 50. And that means... Actually, we could just do it with the Charizard. Like, we could just attach the triple acceleration to the Charizard and attack for 100. And then, whether we get the energy off of the top deck or not, we still probably go on to win the game. just awkward because we need to leave that bench space open. Let's go into the Charizard. We'll attach the energy. Let's just draw it. Let's just draw it off of the top deck, shall we? Let's just get it off of the disc reload. 1 in 5 chance to get the fire energy. Oh! Yes! Okay. Welder is in the discard pile. It's going to be fine. Okay, what we can do is we can just play down the welder, the Eldegoss, grab the welder, attach the energy, and then G-Max Wildfire to win the game. That was lucky. Oh, feels good though. Feels good. So thank you for coming along to my very empty room. You can see my Pokemon cards are still all here. You can probably see them a lot clearer now that there's nothing else going on behind me. In the next couple of weeks, I may drop off the face of the earth again, but when I do, I'll come back in a much grander place. There'll be a different room behind me, so you'll be very excited to see that. I will let you know on the community posts when that happens. Remember, if you like the video and you want to see either the Venusaur and Blastoise V decks sooner rather than later, then like the video. 150 likes will get one of those tomorrow. And also, if you want to see me live streaming on YouTube rather than Twitch, like the video, comment down below what you think the perks should be for memberships and stuff, because I want to get your opinion, because I don't know what you guys want. All I know is that you like Pokemon cards, which is great. Thank you for coming along. If you're a person that's at the end of the video, then comment down below with empty, because the room is empty. So that I know that you watched the end, because lots of people don't. In fact, it's like a graph that goes, oh, hang on, I want it to be like that. It's like this. People at the start watch lots, and then they drop off. And anyway, thank you, everyone. I'll see you next time for more from the Sableyes. Bye.